Sortie is unkillable in Cpit. There is a new meta upon us. Sortie is incredible in Cpit, and I'm going to show you 3 teams that I have used, all of them in phase 1, to show you the true power that Sortie brings to the team. So the first team you can see here is Sortie with Droids. I have got C-3PO, T3, R2-D2, and Dark Trooper. Now the interesting thing here is all of the droids, with the exception of R2-D2, are Relic 5. If you have a Relic 7 or Relic 8 Dark Trooper, I really do think this team is going to do 4, 5, 6% phase 1. Unfortunately, I can't test that right now. And just take a look, guys. Look at that damage. That is unlimited power. This team is crazy good. And let me just explain why it works. So, Sortie is giving the spare parts buff. That gives 30% offense to all droids who have it. She is constantly giving advantage. She is constantly giving offense up. R2-D2 is stealthing everyone, and because Sortie is gaining max protection up, so protection up stacking for every hit they take, they're actually gaining more health than they're losing. Think of it like Crew but on steroids. This is incredible, and I would even argue right now Sortie may possibly be the best tank in the game for Cpit purposes. The only issue being, how do you ensure that she tanks? And what I've decided on here is having R2 in there and using the 3 stacks of translation, big thanks to C-3PO for that, will enable you to continuously stealth on Sortie. And just look at them. They have death mark, they have healing immunity, they don't care. They will continue to just tank it all. And here we have the second team. So, in the second lineup, I thought, do you know what? What's going to happen if you have a Galactic Legend and no one else? Who gets... do they stealth? And the answer is yes. Now, this isn't a good run in terms of percent, but this is a fantastic run in terms of learning about the kit, learning about the potential. Think of this more for Grand Arena and Territory Wars. You could potentially just do Sortie and SLKR and you'd win pretty easily because SLKR is going to stealth. It's a very interesting idea. Like I said, this doesn't give the best percent ever, but it does help us learn a lot about the power that Sortie has given us. Again, it's just unbelievable, and by doing only 2 characters, you're guaranteed Sortie tanks, and you can see it here. They don't care. They will tank for days. They have the defense up, they have the healing immunity, they have the death mark. They don't care. They will just continuously tank. Now, in terms of mods, I have modded for speed and health. I think my Sortie's at around about 80,000 health, but you will see on the screen I'm going to put a little pop-up that shows you the exact number. So yeah, that's kind of what you want to aim for. Like I said, my Sortie's only Relic 5. Also, shout out to Kylo for having like a solid helmet, even though he's stealthed. It's kind of a bit weird. But anyways, there we go. And into the last clip here. This is the one you guys saw at the beginning of the video, and I bet this is the one you wanted to see. I thought to myself, Padme teams, the problem I always have is Anakin dies. Well, what if he didn't die? And the answer is C-3PO and R2-D2. With those 3 stacks of translation, you can enable yourself to 1, get the constant heal with Padme, and 2, to get the constant stealth on Sortie. And if you can do that, you will see from this clip, you can get a decent percent. Now this was, I think it was like 4.3% in the end. I didn't post. But with tweaks in modding, potentially higher relic levels, there is the potential that this could be 6 or 7%. But that all comes down to you guys if you ever decide to invest in this team and you decide to spend some time messing around mods and trialing that. But there's so much potential here. There you go, the death mark goes on Sortie. They don't care. The nice thing about this is you can just spam all the attacks. It doesn't matter, just spam all those explosives, spam all the confusion, because Sortie will just tank everything. They're not going to die. They are not going to die, and that means that you can really mess around and bring some awesome teams. Now, like I said, the only problem is guaranteeing that Sortie's the one who tanks and gets the death mark. And the easiest way to guarantee that is to bring R2-D2, because if you can stealth them, then you're fine. And as you can see here, it's a bit like the JMK matchup. You just get to the point where Padme and R2-D2 are just constantly stealthing and healing, and it just makes it so easy to get a really good run here. And do you know what's even better, that we haven't even covered yet, is Anakin. Because he's got VIP, whenever he's hit, he's gaining stealth. Now, because the captain here is going to hit multiple units at once, he's going to be hitting Anakin almost every time. But the trade-off here is whenever Sortie's hit, Anakin's gaining health and protection back based on Sortie's max health and protection. So by ensuring that Sortie's well modded, Anakin will actually stay alive to the end, and you'll see that's a big thing for getting good damage in this attack. If you wonder why I'm kind of holding off here and thinking about my decision, it's because it's just deciding whether you go for the protection up on the basic or whether you go for the mass assist. I mean, this is crazy damage, guys. This really is crazy damage. I would even be interested to see Padme with, say, Commander Ahsoka, or Padme with, say, JMK, and then keeping the R2-D2, keeping a C-3PO, keeping a Sortie lineup, and seeing if that gives you even more damage. There's so much you can do with this team. There is so much you can do with this team. And the best thing is, even when they're enraged, and you'll see that in a second, even when he becomes enraged, he will not kill Sortie. Sortie just does not care. Like I said, guys, the Cpit meta is about to change. Now, none of these battles here show like those crazy high percentage battles, but what they do show is average teams that normally you get maybe 2%, 3%, maybe even 1% with. Maybe you wouldn't have even used them in Cpit, but by using Sortie, you can get up to 6%, you can get up to 7%. Like I said, this is a 4% run. That's not great for Padme. I mean, it's good, but it's not fantastic. But like I said, this was just me practicing around. I'm sure if you really committed to this, you would be able to take this team and do something truly amazing. I'd like to thank you all for coming along and watching the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, because I sure did enjoy making it. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the fun little clips at the end of Sortie just turning on God mode and not dying. My name is Glurmit, and I'll see you all next time.